don't know where it came from. But that click is what keeps us in time with those videos. You weren't supposed to hear that. That was supposed to be hidden. Secrets. What's funny is it's not plugged into the PA, so who knows out there? There's that ghost. All right, moving on. There's this guy over here, this handsome dude who has the best hair in the band. George over there, George Foster. George has been a bass player most of his life, but for a very good living, part of his life, a good part of his life, was designing book covers. He is a phenomenal graphic designer, and to his name, he has somewhere in the vicinity of 1,500 book covers that he's designed. Now mind you, yeah. I mean, most of them they're just for minor people you've never heard of, like Pope Francis. 3 covers for Pope Francis. And a very obscure book that nobody's ever heard of, Chicken Soup for the Soul. So, anyway.
You're showing my age, Jimmy. Oh, I owe you money for that, right?
Well, I owed you too, so, just exchange checks and we'll be good.
Okay, my people will talk to your people. Hey, there was this event that happened in the 1960s. You may have heard of it, called Woodstock. Was anybody there? Yeah, I wouldn't admit it either. Yeah, in fact, I'm not even sure I was there. But you might not know this, but Creedence was going to be the headline at 9 o'clock on Saturday night, like the golden moment to play at that festival. And it didn't quite work that way. Between all the rain and the chaos and the technical issues, and then the Grateful Dead were scheduled to go on before Creedence. Anyone here heard of the Grateful Dead? Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, so they were scheduled to go on before, but they couldn't start because they were too high on acid. Yeah, so they had to wait a little while, and then they hit the stage, and they played a long time. Yeah, you know the Dead. And then they played their second song. So Creedence didn't hit the stage till way after midnight, and John Fogerty talked about it later in interviews. He said, yeah, we're on the stage and I'm looking out and I see all these people out there and they look like me, but they're naked and asleep. And we played and people aren't applauding because they're freaking sleeping. It was such a burn, between Friday night up to Saturday night, late into Saturday night, everybody's crashed. And halfway through the set, he says, well, I hope you're having a good time. We're having a good time on stage. And some guy way out in the dark, in the black, he says, don't worry, John, we're here for you.
That's great.
And John said the rest of our set we played for that guy. Yeah. So then, Woodstock's over.